Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Eric Fisher alongside our executive weather producer Terry Eliasen, and we are talking, shocker, snow and cold for the weekend.
I mean, it's a weekend thing. It's like
a weekend thing.
We tend to be, we're focused on the weekend pattern, and it seems this is the fourth weekend in a row now where we're alerting for something wintry.
We do notice these patterns more when they're locked on weekends, right?
It does,
when they're Tuesdays, everyone's like, whatever, get out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We had I'm sure everyone remembers that weekend. Was it back in the spring when we literally could not buy like
Saturdays.
a good, yes.
Always Saturdays.
So here we go.
Here we go again. All right, so this is not a big snowfall, but it starts with some snow. There could be some coastal flurries and snow showers tomorrow, but mostly we're watching late Friday night into Saturday. Some accumulating snow, followed by gusty winds. Those gusts will be about 20 to 40 miles per hour, which will bring the wind chills right on down again, about 10 to 20 below on Sunday morning.
All the winter things this weekend. It's a winter hodgepodge. You can see the clouds thickening up. A few of those little snow flurries along the coast, but shouldn't be too much of a big deal. And then here it comes after midnight, Friday night into early part of Saturday. What I'm looking at, and we were talking about this earlier, it's not your typical like low pressure just passing by. It's in what we call an inverted trough, and these things are typically hard to forecast. So what I'm sort of focused on is that band in central Mass. And that may be, wherever that ends up, could be sort of the quote-unquote jackpot area.
Yeah, just to rewind a little bit. So a trough is where air comes together, basically. So you've got winds coming in from the east on one side and a little bit more from the northwest on the other side. And if they meet in the middle, the air has to go up. So a trough is kind of a focus point for where we have rising air that causes snow or rain. In this case, it's snow because it's cold outside. It can be a really thin band. So while everyone's going to get some snowfall here on Saturday, it's all going to be about timing where this band ends up developing. And that will create 3-4 inches of snow really quickly. It'll be powdery stuff. So I think that won't come into complete focus until tomorrow, really. It's a short fuse kind of thing.
Or until the middle of the
event. Or
event.
until it's happening. Yeah. I know that sounds like a complete cop-out, and it is. But basically, at the moment, we would favor central Mass into Rhode Island and Connecticut for that. And then we would dry out heading into Saturday night. Still not huge totals. Pretty widespread 1 to 3. But where we get those 3, maybe 4 inch amounts will come down to whether or not that trough really develops and crosses our area. That will be the focus point. Everyone outside of it will probably get a coating to an inch or two, and that would be it.
What do you consider plowable? What's your over? What's your
an inch? An inch is plowable.
Yeah, so I agree. So I think this is largely a plowable event for most folks, in case and try to plan. And you, like you said, so we have that the Berkshires kind of highlighted. It very well may be that we could have another highlight in Worcester County. Really tough to pinpoint. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
if we get a really nailed down agreement on the trough is going to be right here, this little band of snow will focus right here. We'll add it tomorrow. And right now, I think the most likely spot is Worcester County down into Connecticut, Rhode Island. But we will keep a close eye on that and update you if anything changes. And then the snow is ushering in the Arctic air. Now, over the course of the week, it slowed down considerably. Back on Monday and Tuesday, it looked like we'd have the cold for Saturday and Sunday. But now it's really mostly Sunday. The cold doesn't really pour in here until late Saturday into Saturday nights. And it's a fairly quick shot. It'll pull out of here from Monday. Still cold on Monday, but not near record levels or anything too excessive.
Very similar to the last couple of cold shots.
Yep.
Relatively quick, 24, 36-hour shot. You got the extreme wind chills. You got a day that's in the teens, and then you kind of recover the next day. So, you know, we've had this happen now. This will be the third time. And as of now, the extreme cold watch up for Worcester County westward. I think we could see wind chills 20 below a little bit farther eastward. I don't know about you, but certainly the entire area is going to be pretty darn cold here Saturday night into most of Sunday.
Yeah, very blustery. You can see the winds picking up on Saturday, late afternoon and the evening, and some of those gusts mostly living in the 20 to 40 mile per hour range overnight and into Sunday. And then on Sunday, we're gusting mostly 20 to 30 miles per hour. Whenever you bring in wind and it's cold outside, it's uncomfortable. And that's kind of the story here. The wind chill values going below zero Saturday night if you're heading out, and then about 10 to 20 below zero on Sunday, and then improving a bit later on in the day as the winds slacken. But if you're going to a Super Bowl party, you're going to be bundled up and you're going to be probably throwing down a couple extra slices.
Driving home from the game, you go outside and you just get that whoosh of -10 below wind chills. But how about this? We haven't really hit, it's been a cold winter, but not really a record-setting winter as far as like daily lows and highs. But we have a chance at one on Sunday.
Yeah, it's been very similar to the 2014-15 winter in that sense. So we talk about historical winters recently. 2018 had a colder stretch than anything we've seen this winter, but it wasn't as long. They didn't have the longevity longevity. So we had a lot of back and forth in that winter, and we had the warmest February on record that winter. So it was a big yo-yo kind of situation. 2014-15 is like this, in that we never set a record low in 2014-15, but it was just consistent cold. So this is more about consistency over magnitude. And again, I don't think we'll set records on Sunday. We'll be close, but I don't think we're going to hit them.
Yeah, a lot of folks get tripped up by that record low high temperature, but basically the high for the day we're forecasting 16, and the record is 14.
It's a record of futility.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, the actual record lows for the day are very safe. We're not going to break those.
So as you're sitting on your couch and you're chomping on your Super Bowl, whatever you're eating, just think about, outside it's 16 degrees for a high, probably feel like, again, like we just said, below zero. And out in Santa Clara, where our Patriots will be playing, a 50-degree temperature difference. And if you go by the feels like, we're talking 60 or 70 degrees.
I'm just happy for Drake May. He's had a few games in a row where it's been miserable conditions to be a quarterback in, and maybe we'll get some offense coming back in a nice weather.
It sure would be nice to see, yeah. And he's got the sniffles, too, so maybe the warm air is...
I think they're going to shoot him up with whatever he needs, and he'll be just fine. I'm not worried about Drake. All right. And over the next 7 days, you can see the somewhat bounce back on Monday. It'll still be a cold, breezy day in the 20s. And then the next system we're going to keep an eye on is around Wednesday. That looks to bring a chance for some, maybe a light to a moderate snow or mix in the middle of next week. We'll get a little bit of melting going on for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the 30s. But we still don't have any big warm-ups. It's been, almost 2 weeks since we topped 40 degrees. And I don't know when the next chance is. Maybe next weekend, but it's going to be tough.
I feel like the middle to latter half of the month we have a chance of getting back to sort of averages.
We've been average this week. We've only been like 2-3 degrees below average.
It sure would be nice to hit that 38, 39, big difference between 32.
Yes, especially as the sun gets higher, you definitely feel it more and more. But in terms of a warm pattern, it's not happening. This is very similar to that 2014-15 winter. And I think it really goes to show you that even when patterns are really similar, what actually happens on the ground, what made that winter so different is that every storm hit. Yeah. Everyone got us. And most winters, pretty much all winters, that doesn't happen. And we're seeing that.
We've had a couple significant misses, thankfully, over the last couple of weeks. But obviously we had that one major hit. But who knows, as the temperatures get a tad warmer, we may get stormier and maybe get a couple of those either snow or wintry mix type events coming up. Yeah,
there are no big snowstorms on the horizon, at least for us here. We've got that little chance on Wednesday, and then next weekend has been trending a little bit later, maybe a little bit farther south, so maybe it waits till after Valentine's Day. That'd be the next window that we're going to keep an eye on.
Yeah, so obviously we'll keep you updated on the snowfall timeline, and if we can pinpoint any areas one way or another, we'll definitely keep you up to speed. But for now, a 1 to 3 inch snowstorm and a cold weekend.
Yep, cold weekend, extra food, extra hanging out. Just get a walk in. It'll be brisk, but we got hats, we got gloves, we got jackets. We'll be all right, and the winter will end eventually, but it is still February. We'll keep you updated. Keep it here on CBS News Boston.